I'm going to go bottom to top. So I'm going to save number 1 for the last.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Number 7 on the list is going to be episode 1, The Phantom Menace. To me,
Mhm.
that's the film. And I can tell you in 3 words, Jar Jar Binks. That settles out. Okay. Number 6 would be The Clone Wars, episode 2. Number 5 is going to be episode 3, um, The Revenge of the what is it?
Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. Number 4, now is when it gets tough,
Mm-hmm.
is going to be how the film ended. Can I go first this time? One thing I'm always worried about is I monopolize conversations. And Tezzy's all too willing to let me monopolize conversations. Is there anything that you'd like to say about how the film ended before I talk? And then we'll let Jeremy, we'll give you the last word. Does that sound good?
Sure.
You can go first if you want. I mean,
That's fine. That's okay.
okay, I'll say I like how it ended. I thought like for a few minutes that before it ended, I thought it was gonna end. I'm like, oh, it's gonna end here, and then it didn't. It kept going, which I think I kind of like because I did like the point that I got to when it ended.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I guess that's all.
Nice. Um, I I really liked the ending, and the reason I liked it so much, Jeremy, is because, and I'm very curious to hear what you have to say after I'm done with this, um, is because I felt like it was really good filmmaking in its simplicity and how slow it took. It took a while. So you have Ray leaving, departing, saying bye to Finn. She says bye to Finn. We know that she feels this connection to the Force. She's been offered by Kylo Ren to be trained, so I think it plants that idea of I can be trained in this, right? We see her, in a sense, getting ready to head out to the next chapter of her story, which I'm excited about. The film then it cuts to she's in the Millennium Falcon with Chewie, and they're right. And me, like Tezzy, I was like, that's it. Any second now, we're just gonna see, da 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 da. I was just waiting for it, but it didn't do that. You see them arrive on some new planet, this beautiful ocean planet, and then they land, and then you see her climbing some stairs, and then you see her climbing more and more and more, and I just felt like I'm like, wow, okay, I'm getting this image. Like obviously, I know where she was going, of course. It wasn't the surprise element, but I liked how all that while I'm thinking, okay, it's green out there. There's all the ocean life. There's the greenery, which we remember with Yoda, the Force is strong where there's lots of living and growing things. And so I think here's Luke. Luke's been out here all this time, all by himself, for his own reasons. Who knows what he's been doing? We'll find out later. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, so then she gets up and up and up, and you see that he's been living here for a while. And then it does, Jeremy, what I think you wanted, which is it's a wide angle. The camera's pretty stationary, and you see Luke Skywalker turn around, but he's still kind of covered. And then there's that moment where she hands him the lightsaber, and she just holds it out, and she has this look on her face, and I'm getting the chills just thinking about it. And Luke Skywalker doesn't say a word, and they could have cut it easily faster. They could have been like, we're done. We see a glimpse of Luke. Movie's over. Da 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 da. But instead, they held it there, and you see Luke looking, and there was this whole dialogue, and I think predictive feeling between the both of them that was so powerful. And she didn't say, well, she said, she said this is yours or something like that. But she's just holding it there. You have this, this icon of the series, this lightsaber that has such an amazing history, with Vader and Luke, and it kind of, to me, brings it all together. And we see that Luke is, he's gonna be a major part of the next films, I think. And I think it was such a great move on Abrams' part to keep Luke out of this entire film. I think that took balls, if you allow me to say that, because he's Luke Skywalker. How can you have Star Wars without Luke Skywalker? And he did it because he has that long vision. This isn't one film. It's not two films. This is a trilogy. And I was so impressed by that. And I was moved emotionally at the end as well. Just the fact of her standing there, I was thinking, here's this girl who's so brave and she's been through so much already, and she's coming to Luke Skywalker.
Who she thought was a legend.
Who she hadn't even believed in for a while. And there she is on that island. So anyways, that's my long-winded answer. I loved it. Sorry, sweetie, I'm like spitting over things. I loved it. It left me with such a feeling after that film. I told Tezzy when I was like on a Star Wars high. I was just like, that was a great film. And it allowed me, I wasn't thinking about the aliens. I wasn't thinking about blowing up the space station. I could put those things aside because I saw overall, a very well told story that ended with, wow, I can't wait for the next film now. I'm done. Go, Jeremy. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I think that was probably my favorite part too. I got a lot of stuff out of that part. I think I like the part when I think Shawnee actually thought that it was going to end right whenever she said goodbye to Luke, and I was like, no.
Wait, goodbye to Luke.
Or no, sorry, Leia.
Leia, yeah. Me too. When she was like, "May the Force be with you," I was like, "That's it."
Yep.
Because I didn't even think that. I was like, no, they have to show Luke.
Oh, interesting. See, he's got foreknowledge.
Yeah.
Well, I like the look that Luke gave her because to me, my interpretation of it was kind of like he almost he kind of did this thing where he closed his eyes and he looked away, kind of like that, like he was feeling it all, and it kind of looked to me like he knew exactly what had just happened, and he, that was my interpretation of that look that he gave.
Jeremy, hold the microphone. I think it's better when you hold the microphone. When you do that, okay. I think it's better.
Yeah.
Would you mind, Jeremy, say again what you were just saying? Because there were some mic issues. We could barely hear you. And I want people to hear what you said.
My interpretation of Luke's look as he's, he does a moment where he closes his eyes and he's kind of like that. It looked to me like it almost looks like he felt some sort of pain, like he just knew what just happened through the course of the film, like he had felt it too whenever she reached that point. So he's like, it's come to this kind of feeling, Yep.
And
that's kind of what I took from it. And yeah, I thought that was the coolest part. Luke is my favorite character, so
yeah.
I hope that he comes back and does some more stuff. Also, I thought it was cool because they left him out through the whole thing, and they're going to bring him back at the very end. But I was thinking, because Mark Hamill said in a couple interviews, I think in all of them, because he said it a lot, that they weren't focusing on the older characters, they were bringing in the next generation. But to me, that's it doesn't really make sense, because you have to have as much attention on the older characters as you do the new characters if you want to make the transition. Mm-hmm. If you want to keep having it going, basically, that's the whole point.
Right. Consistency.
Characters. That's what they did with, that's just what they do in Star Wars. So,
right.
I'm glad that they brought him back, because then that means that they're not completely taking out older characters completely, which is something that I kind of felt like he was saying, and I wasn't going to be surprised if they didn't have him in there, because he was saying that so much. So I thought that was cool that they had him in.
Yeah, totally. I was telling Tezzy that Luke now I think he's going to be kind of like the Yoda or the Obi-Wan. He's now the older. He's the most powerful Jedi in the galaxy right now, and he has a lot to give. Right, he's going to have to really step up. But what's interesting, I loved what you said, Jeremy, because you nailed it. In that moment, I think it's probably what was bringing me to tears, is that you could see on his face he lost his best friend, right? I mean, ostensibly Han Solo is his best friend, and you could see the pain, of him. And I loved how you said that connection he has with this girl who comes to him. He probably immediately, has that. He sees all that it took to get her to that spot, remembering his own story. He was a farmer boy from some crazy, no land desert planet. And so there's so much connection there, Yeah, that was awesome, man. Super excited. And I really do hope that he plays a integral role in the future. And again, it's not about, I want to see Luke be a crazy Jedi and do cool stuff. No. I want to see Luke as the mentor, the teacher, okay, if he fights and can kick some butt, that's cool too, but that's not the main thing, at least personally, that's how I feel about it. I want to see that sage who's finally come to where we all wanted him to end up. That day all the way back when he tells Obi-Wan Kenobi on Tatooine, I want to come with you. I want to become a Jedi like my father, and here he is, he's done it. So anyways, yeah, super excited. Do you know, Jeremy, because I think you've read more up on this stuff than I have. There you are. What's the time frame for the next film? Do you have any idea when we're expecting a new film?
I think it said something like 2017 in May or March. Yeah, March or May, I think. And next year they're gonna have the Rogue One Star Wars thing. I don't really care for that though.
Is it a cartoon? The cartoon one?
It's like a spin-off, I guess. You'll have to read about it, but it's
okay.
It's a spin. There's no spoilers yet because they're just starting filming. But I don't know really much about it, but I know it's a spin-off of Star Wars about something. And then
like a full-on feature film?
Yeah, a full-on feature film, a real film with real people.
Interesting.
And then they're going to do some, I guess they're going to do some Han Solo spin-off movies, which I don't know. But
yeah, I've heard about that, and it's not going to be Han Solo. It's not going to be Harrison Ford. I've heard about that. Yeah, it seems like a young Han Solo. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm not sure what I think about that stuff either, to be honest with you. I really don't know.
They made a big effort to try and tell everybody that they're doing all these projects, and that's one of the things that I think kind of, I guess to be honest, it did bug me a little bit, because like all of a sudden not only is Star Wars back, but there's all these other things, and the other thing that they do that with is like the Marvel movies, which I think suck. So I was just kind of like hoping that they would do something like that. But yeah, we'll see what they look like.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Jeremy, because I'd like to talk about that a little bit too, give my comments. I agree with you. I am not interested in diluting the product, so to speak. I do not want to see them. See, this has to be Disney. This is Disney's thing. Disney's like, anything we can put a Star Wars label on, we're going to make big money. And so we'll have a TV show. We'll have this Rogue, whatever, these spin-offs. I would much rather them say, J.J. Abrams, here's all the money you need. Make us the best possible film. You have our entire focus. You have all our power behind you to produce the next great Star Wars film. That's what I want. Now,
it seems kind of like out of control, like the Marvel universe, when they, it's like they focus so much on letting you know that they've got 15 more movies coming out in the next 10 years, and everybody loves it like immediately. And I don't know. I guess I'm more realistic
No, Jeremy, I totally agree. I don't know. You must have seen the same previews. There's a preview. In fact, I think 3 of the previews before The Force Awakens were Marvel previews. One was X-Men.
Yeah.
One was another Captain America, I think, or something. I literally, Jeremy, I leaned over to Tezzy while that was happening, and I said, "What did I say? You don't remember?" I said something like, I'm so over this superhero thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
like, it's
me and
all
Shawnee,
been done before.
me and Shawnee did the same thing on all of those trailers.
Yeah.
It's funny too because everyone loves those movies though.
I honestly though, Jeremy, it's not going to last. You and I
Yeah.
aren't alone.
I hope not.
Marvel's going to. You'll see. Everything comes to an end, right? Everything comes to an end, and what you're going to have is, sooner than later, you're going to have some films come out, Marvel films. They're not going to be that good, and people are just going to kind of stop buying tickets for those films. I think this is my thoughts, and then you'll see just a move. It'll be that thing where literally 50 years from now, you'll be talking to your kids and your grandkids, Jeremy, and be like, yeah, when I was younger, they did superhero films. That was what was big. Like our great grandparents, Jeremy, they talk about the westerns. They saw a bunch of westerns when they were younger, right? It's going to be the same thing,
Why is there so many questions?
Wait, what was that, Jeremy? I think I missed what you said.
I was just saying, and they're probably wondering why there's so many westerns on TV.
Yeah, exactly right. They didn't have much choice either. So that's a trope that I'll be happy to see go away. There were some good ones in there. I enjoyed some of them. That's we're done. I've seen it.
A lot of book fans really like those movies. Just because I was thinking of this earlier, and you mentioned Peter Jackson earlier.
Yeah.
On the subject of the state of movies right now, he said something in an interview recently about the new Hobbit movies, which are terrible. And he said that and I think because he said this, I'm pretty sure that all of Hollywood just thinks this, because if someone as high class as he does thinks this, then I think all of Hollywood does that. He said, well, the film industry in Hollywood is dying, so the reason why we use CGI and stuff like that is we need people to be focused, and we need to grab their attention more and more. We need more things to, like, basically just saying, like, we need more bells and whistles and explosions going off, you know what I mean? And I feel like they're, like, trapping themselves, because I don't want to see that, really,
No.
Yeah. Like you said, it's like that was all the trailers that was coming up. I mean, I don't care, really, because I have my movies from the 90s that I can watch, and older. But if they do, like I said, if they want to change things and really surprise me, do something completely different. Don't just take the brand name and make something kind of that's already been done, because it is an epic movie.
Right. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I'll bring it back to Star Wars: The Force Awakens to kind of close us up here. Then Jeremy, we got to do our ratings and our rankings, as you talked about. I almost forgot. But so let me just say that I feel, by and large, that The Force Awakens is how you do it. It's how you continue a franchise story without, I know everything I said already about the Death Star and stuff, but without doing the same exact thing over again. I felt this was very well done. You bring in new characters, a new storyline. You're in the same universe, but it's a new story, and it's got a new future. And I feel pretty good about that. I like that a lot, and I'm excited to see it again already. How should we? Let's do first, Jeremy. Let's do a letter grade rating, okay? And then we'll rank them like you said. Yeah. So here's my question, though. How are we going to decide who goes first?
Roll some dice, maybe.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even
really.
think I have dice.
Yeah.
Neither do
How about this? How about this? Since you're our guest, we'll let you get the last say. So you'll go last on the ranking them as in terms of films. But that means you got to go first with the letter grades.
Oh, okay. I see.
Does that sound good? And we'll have Tezzy take the safe middle spot in each, and I'll do the opposite of you.
Can I not rank them because I feel like I don't know
You have to.
well enough.
You have to.
No, but
Okay.
I don't.
So Jeremy, so you're going first. Give us letter grade. Again, you can include minuses, etc.
Just personally for me, I mean, I know it works for the Star Wars movies, and I think that is the way to do it. That's one way, like you said. I think that's one way to do it. This movie. For me, though, I would like a, because I think it would give the first three a.
Drum roll.
I'd give it a C plus.
Wow.
The new one?
C plus.
Okay. All right.
The new one, either a C plus, yeah.
So Jeremy Cremer gives The Force Awakens a C plus. Tezzy? Yeah. Unless you want me to go next.
Okay. I'll say A minus because I'm not very critical of movies and I liked it.
Wow. I'm shocked.
Be very
by this.
different.
I'm on, and this might surprise you. I'm giving The Force Awakens a solid A.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't
A
expect
solid
that.
A. And I'll tell you why. I won't belabor this too long. What I'm mostly basing it on right now is the feeling it gave me. I left that movie theater having experienced something. It moved me emotionally. I was excited. I had fun. What more can I ask for a movie?
Can I change mine?
So mine's a solid A. Tezzy, what are you going to do?
Well, I feel like I should have given it an A because I did not like it at all. I just felt like if there's that much about it that you didn't like, that has to detract from it, from the ranking, or from the grade, right? But
Well,
I guess
that's why we do
have
this.
to.
That's why we do this. Well,
I would change that. I would say it was an A.
You would say it was an A. Okay.
But someone has to balance it out, so I'll say it was an A minus.
So go ahead, Jeremy.
I think it works, as they say. I don't know, maybe this is hipster of me, but I think, like, I mean, I had a feeling too, for me, and I'm talking about me, I had a feeling too whenever I saw it, but I feel like I would have gotten that feeling anyway if we're returning to these characters, you know? And again, how they choose to do with the characters what they did is, you know, it could have been different, but I'm pretty sure I would have felt the same way going back in the Star Wars universe, no matter what gave you that feeling exactly. Because
Okay, well, go ahead.
The look of Star Wars, I was just going to say the look of Star Wars and stuff like that, that gives me a feeling, but I don't necessarily think that that's very hard to accomplish. Like, I don't think the look of Star Wars is something that's very hard to achieve, to be honest, because that world is so unpredictable and vast. Obviously, there's a line,
Right.
but before it's looking to whatever, SpongeBobby, but I think it could have been accomplished by a lot of different directors and stuff like that. I mean, by any fan. J.J. Abrams was a fan, so he got it, you know.
He got it, yeah.
I think anyone that's a fan could probably get the look down if they were given, you know, money to do it and stuff like that. I think that it could have been. I just feel like there's so much potential to make a movie that's even better than the originals. You know, I think that's possible. I don't think that's impossible.
No, I agree. I think it's possible too. I do.
When people compare it and they're like, no, it's never going to be as good or blah blah blah. I'm thinking that it could be better. You know, but
I agree with you.
that's why I give it a C plus. I think it works. It's a really fun movie. I think it could be better.
So Jeremy, let me respond a little bit. You know, because the reason I gave it an A, like I said, talking about how it moved me and all that, I have to disagree with you. I don't think any director could have done this. And I want to say a few things about this. One, this film has to do so much. It has to appeal enough to the older generation with the older characters, enough to kind of make them happy. It's got to bring in this new set of characters that we've never heard of, and they're brand new, and make them established and realistic, and all those things. It has to set up a trilogy. It can't even just be as a standalone movie. It's got to be thinking in terms of being the first part of a 3-part story. You have the gigantic, behemoth of Disney saying, we want our money, right? And you have examples like The Hobbit, where it's already an established story. You can just follow the story. It's there for you, etc. What I'm trying to say is this, Jeremy, is that I think, for me, in order for me personally to walk out of that movie theater today feeling as excited and as happy as I did, my hat is off to J.J. Abrams, because I was more than ready to be just as excited, if not more so, for the Hobbit films. I wanted to like them. I wanted to be excited. I wanted to fanboy like crazy. He pushed me down into a well and spit on me. Do you know what I'm saying? And so I guess so that's my point. My point is, this could have been horrible, right? This movie could have been awful.
Yeah.
We've seen it. We've seen episode 1. Okay. And I guess so again, so kind of closing up here, that's why I give it an A. I feel that J.J. Abrams, he's an interesting guy. I've seen him in interviews and stuff. He's always very quiet, and he dresses well, and he's just kind of, doesn't seem like he has an emotional bone in his body. But there's something up here. The guy clearly knows what he's doing, on some level. And he's what?
He's very aware. You should watch one of his Howard Stern. It's pretty good.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. So yeah, I guess that's basically where I'm at. What I wonder, kind of as a caveat to all what I've just said, is I was so disappointed in the prequels. There was years, Jeremy, where I almost walked away from Star Wars because to me it just became all meaningless because it was just all so stupid. To my mind. I told Tezzy today as we were walking to the car, I could forget about the prequels finally. And I said Star Wars is back.
I think that's the voice for most of the people that like Star Wars. That's probably what they're saying right now. Yeah.
Right. And that's just, I think that's just where I'm at. I'm excited about Star Wars again. Yeah. And I'm optimistic. So that's it. That's how I got my A grade.
What we should do is, and I like that. What we should do is fly by the prequels real quick and just say like a couple words for each one of what we thought, just quickly.
Okay.
So,
do you want me to go first?
Well, I was just gonna say the first one I saw whenever I was a kid, episode 1, and so I liked it.
Right. So did Tezzy.
Darth Maul terrified me. Now that I'm older, I can see the cheesiness and stuff like that.
Right.
But I still have this place in my head of what it could have been, or I guess what I thought it was when I was kind of a kid, which I think is probably a little bit similar to what you probably thought it was leading up to it. You had this completely different perception. And to be honest, a lot of the times whenever I'm thinking of movies or something that I haven't seen yet, and I come up with all this stuff, 9 times out of 10 that ends up being way better than what I see. So, but that same thing with music, by the way.
Sure.
That's why I make music, to fill in that void.
Right.
I like that one out of all of them. And the other two, I just I forget over time scenes from that. I saw them all in theater whenever I was a kid, and it was they were all cool to me. But now that I'm older and I have seen them, I don't think that they're the best thing ever. Actually, we watched Revenge of the Sith a couple nights before yesterday when we saw the new one, and I was like, oh, this happened? Like, I forgot like everything,
Right.
So yeah, that's mine.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I think Tezzy probably pretty similar to that. What do you think?
Probably, yeah, except that I haven't seen them again since I was little. So I remember that I didn't dislike them. I think I did like them as a kid, and yeah, and to be honest, I don't remember very much about them. I remember a couple characters that I liked, and I think I remember crying when they died, and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, I don't remember a lot.
Yeah.
It was just kind of in general. Sorry, is how they introduced a new bad guy, Grievous, Django, but they all died in the same movie over and over and over. That was the thing that I was like, why? Darth Maul would have been cooler if they kept him around through all of them, and then at the very end, or something, I don't know. But that was something that bothered me, because by the time I got to Grievous, I'm like, he sucks. Like, I know he's going to die in like a few minutes.
Jeremy, you don't want to get me started on episode 1 and the prequels. Darth Maul was awesome. He was a killer villain.
I bet he was.
They should have. What's that?
I said I'm sure he was even cooler like leading up to the movie. When you guys didn't see the movie yet and you just saw the trailer,
right.
And you're like, oh, this is so exciting and what a cool character.
Yeah. Well, my view on it is that, and I heard it said, there's some video online that talks about it, is, to me, one of the biggest faults of the first episode is that they killed him off in the first one, like you said. They could have developed him so much more into the third film. You could have kept Darth Maul around. Furthermore,
a lot like in a way.
What's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying he's become a lot like Boba Fett in a way, where you don't have that much background about him, but he's like a fan favorite.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
good.
What?
We couldn't hear you, Jeremy.
I was saying that only with Boba Fett that kept him around. So.
Right. Yeah, I just that's one for me. That's one piece to a 10,000 piece jigsaw puzzle of why I felt the prequels didn't work well. They got better. Revenge of the Sith was better, for sure. But it was too little, too late. Why did I like it? It just. I think Lucas started listening to the criticisms of episode 1 and 2 as we started kind of turning it around, got a little more serious. Of course, the epic battle with Obi-Wan and Anakin was good, and I liked that connection. It was so close to the episode 4. The way they tied it in, the last scene of Vader, on the deck of the ship, with the Emperor. And
Obi-Wan. That would have been cool.
Yeah, Jeremy, we're having a hard time with your audio right now. It's just hard to hear you.
Can you hear me?
A little better, yeah.
Yeah, I notice on phones they tend to come out, they cut out, and then they come back slowly.
I see.
I thought it would have been cooler if at the end of that one, if Darth Vader kept the pursuit on Obi-Wan, that would have been cool.
Right.
It didn't cut it off.
Right. I forget I'm kind of lost track here, Jeremy. I apologize because my computer is down to 7% battery life, which is it's telling us we got about 15 more minutes. You just got to be careful because I don't want this to die out without us closing it properly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get into the prequels too much.
Not waste time.
It's just we should have another discussion maybe after we've all seen the film another time or two come back and rejoin this and discuss again. So, without further ado, let's talk rankings. And Jeremy, you get the last word on this, which means I think I'm going first. The question is where in 1 through 7, how do you rank the films in terms of awesomeness and all that? So, okay. It's kind of nice because I just saw we just saw the trilogy, so I'm feeling pretty fresh on this. Yeah. This is tough. This is a tough thing. I'm glad you mentioned this, Jerry. Okay. And here I am. This is being recorded, so this matters. I got to be careful here. I've got a reputation to uphold. Okay. So I'm going to go bottom to top. So I'm going to save number 1 for the last.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Number 7 on the list is going to be Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. To me, that's the film, and I can tell you in 3 words: Jar Jar Binks. That settles out. Okay. Number 6 would be The Clone Wars, Episode 2. Number 5 is going to be Episode 3. The Revenge of the what is it?
Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. Number 4, now is when it gets tough. Is going to be Return of the Jedi. Number 3, did I get off numbering?
No.
Okay. Number 3. Here's a moment of truth. Number 3, I know. Number 3. Episode 4, A New Hope. Number 2, yeah, I know. I'm kind of surprised myself right now. Number 2, The Force Awakens. Number 1, Empire Strikes Back.
Cool.
That's my list. I'm stuck with it.
Surprising.
I'm surprised too. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm surprised.
Wow. Cool.
That's where I stand right now. As of right now, it's the 18th of December at 9:40 p.m. It may be different in a few days.
It would be down that far, down that low. I think you had it on number 4.
Yeah, I know. We'll get into another time why. But let's get to Tezzy's rankings.
We really shouldn't do rankings because I don't even know the prequels.
Just try it. Just do it.
No, and I just saw 4, 5, and 6, and I feel like I need to see them again. Like I don't know.
Just go for it.
I don't even remember where one starts and the other one, where one ends and the other one starts. Was that?
Do or do not. There is no try.
There is no try, exactly.
Right, there's no try, so I can't try. So let's skip me. Maybe
Jeremy, we'll go to you, and then we'll see if Tezzy has thoughts.
Okay.
We'll give her a pass. There you are. Cool. Okay. All right.
Cool.
So Jeremy, sorry about that. That was a bummer. But we're back. Go for it. We didn't hear anything. We didn't hear anything you said at all. Your ranking.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So I get more time to think about it. Okay. So the last one I would put the Clone Wars, and it's easier to do the prequels.
The Clone Wars, huh?
The Clone Wars. That's the last one. That's the worst one.
That was pretty bad.
Then I think Revenge is the 6th one.
Okay. Oh, really? Interesting.
I thought that was really boring. It felt kind of like what The Hobbit felt like to me, seeing it. Just very passive, really kind of rushed, fast. Everything's CGI. There's no point for the actors. Because sometimes I feel like the CGI kind of ruins the point of the acting and stuff like that. So then number 5 would be The Phantom Menace. Now getting into the new stuff. I think Force Awakens is my 4th one.
Okay.
And then the next one, Empire.
Wow.
As my 2nd one, Return of the Jedi, and then the first one, A New Hope. Yeah.
Right. Wow. Interesting. Well, you put The Force Awakens above the prequels, so that's important. So what you're saying to our audience is The Force Awakens is better than the prequels.
I'm saying to me it is.
Right. Cool. Interesting. Okay. That's
Is she gonna do it, or we're plugged in, or you guys will make a spin-off video?
Yeah. After I see them all again, then maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, we need to do some more. When do you think you'll see the film again, Jeremy? Are you planning on seeing it fairly soon?
I want to see it tomorrow, so I'll probably go see it tomorrow.
Oh, cool. I meant to ask you, what did Shawnee think of it? Did she have a similar reaction to you? Did she like it more or less?
We both had kind of a similar reaction. We both agree on the, hopefully if it's saved, what we talked about earlier about camera stuff, and our viewpoint as the audience and how it's changed. And I think that almost is one of the reasons why I placed it so far down than the other ones, because the other ones have so much more time and space for me to care.
Yeah.
And with the, I mean, some of the prequels had good spacing, but they lacked in other areas. Yeah, I think for the most part, I think she liked it though. I think she liked it a little bit more than I did, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, hey, maybe next time, Jeremy, we'll bring her on and have all 4 of us talking Star Wars. That'd be kind of cool.
I wanted to get her on. She's shopping right now, but she wants to do it.
Right on. Very cool. Cool. Well, all right. Actually, let me do a quick little outro here. Everyone watching, thank you so much. We hope that you enjoyed our discussion of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Jeremy saw it last night, and Tizzy and I saw it this morning. And so these are our initial reactions. Who knows? Maybe in a month from now or 6 months from now we'll feel differently. But this is a lot of fun, Jeremy. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to do some more stuff with you.
And now I know how to manage my thing here better. So.
Awesome.
Nice.
And I think what we're going to do, Jeremy, next time, let's have you do it not portrait, but in landscape mode. I was thinking about it. I should have told you sooner. Don't worry about it now.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm up and you guys are...
Yeah. It's going to be flipping back and forth. No, not a big deal. And before we go, for
coming out,
the audience, where can people find you, Jeremy? What are some links that you want to give to people that want to learn more about you?
Well, I make music, and I want to be able to get more of the stuff available on things like Amazon and stuff like that. Working on a new album, so I have something new and fresh to do all the wider scope stuff with iTunes and stuff like that. So that's coming. But in the meantime, if you want to check out some of my stuff totally free, you can go on SoundCloud and just type in Jeremy Cremer. Nice. Or you can go on and type in Wormhead. And
okay, one more time, Jeremy. We missed that last part. What was the second one?
one is Bandcamp. It's a website, and
Gotcha. Yep.
Wormhead.
Wormhead.
Yeah.
One word. Okay, right on.
And our stuff will come up there. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, definitely, guys. Go check out his stuff. Jeremy's got a ton of talent. I think I used to tell you, Jeremy. I forget how I put it, but I think I said something like, "You have more musical talent in your pinky than I have in my whole body." But yeah, I hope you guys can look him up and bring him into your life. That would be awesome. Cool. All right, Jeremy. We're gonna go grab some food. We're pretty hungry, and process some more. My friend, may the force be with you.
All right. I look forward to it. Until next time.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Say bye to Shawnee for us too.
Will do.
Okay.
Bye.